No answer. Good afternoon. The clock is a little bit fast. My handy dandy there says it's 2:01. So I'll call the meeting to order and see what happens. I hope you can hear me. I don't like to climb in this thing. Anyway, so we're called to order. Mr. Secretary, would you read the minutes, please? Hello.
Hello, everyone. Before I begin, I want to introduce our good friend back in the back there, Justin. And for those of you who don't know, Justin is getting his first degree tonight over at San Leandro Lodge. I told him to take pictures and send them. Congratulations, Justin. This is a meeting, minutes from the meeting of August 28th. The meeting was called to order at 2:03 p.m. by President Don Hicks. Council members present were Don Hicks, Warren Benedict, Ken McMillan, Diane Swing, Bob Huber, and Richard Cunningham. There were also approximately 40 residents in attendance. The minutes of the open meeting of July 24th, 2024 were approved as read. Diane Swing presented the treasurer's report. The balance in the Employee Appreciation Fund is $16,554.02, which is approximately $4,700 less than the same time last year. Contributions for the month of July included $835 from resident automatic contributions, $170 from the blue contribution boxes, $13.02 from the gift shop, $99 from the jar in the general store, and a $1,000 miscellaneous donation. Ken McMillan reported as representative to the board. He will be representing the resident council at the board meeting on September 18th, 2024, and will have a comprehensive report to the residents at the open meeting on September 25th. Warren Benedict reported that the grounds committee had to cancel 2 meetings for lack of members present. No new meeting date was set. Richard Cunningham reported that the budget had been finalized and would be presented to the board at the September 18, 2024 meeting. You'll have a final budget report at the next open council meeting. Ken McMillan reported that the Buildings Committee continues to meet monthly and that agenda items are being taken care of in a timely manner. Items of interest from the previous meeting included the pool closure situation, exit lights, a plumbing issue in Lorber, and the use of extra dining room chairs being distributed throughout the campus. Their next meeting will be on September 5th, 2024. Don announced that 2 applications have been received for a membership on the resident council to fill the expired terms of Richard Cunningham and Bill Bain. John Gray and Gary Peterson were introduced and spoke briefly regarding their participation on the council. As per provisions in the resident council bylaws, it was moved by Jeannie Benedict and seconded by Larry Sadler that they be elected by acclamation. Motion carried. There being no further business to come before the meeting, it was adjourned at 2:18 p.m. Respectfully submitted, Ken McMillan, Secretary.
Are there any corrections or changes that you think need to be made to the minutes? Hearing none, you're in. Next, we're going to hear from the lovely Diane Swing with Treasury.
The Treasury is lovely. Okay, from our homes withheld, there's $835. Okay, is that better? $835 from the 2 EAF hall boxes. $600 from the gift shop donations. $155. Now that's from July and August. I have it broken down. In July it was $78.15, and in August it was $76.62, and we rounded up on that. The general store, $149, and that totaled out for the month of $1,739. The amount that is in the box, that we have totaled for September is $18,422. That's still $4,005 less than last year. Now, I have a little tutorial here, but I have it written up, so forgive me if I'm reading today. I'm sure you've all heard of the acronym EAF. What's that? Why can't we use whole real words? Those of you who know the answer wonder, why is she rambling? Well, I'm hoping it will help me and everyone else say Employee Appreciation Fund instead of EAF. The Employee Appreciation Fund, even as much as we talk about it in town hall meetings, seems to be a mystery. It is our own monetary way to let our staff, our caregivers, know how much we appreciate them, how much we think of them. There are those of you who have the money donated to this fund monthly from our home trust fund. For all of you, I ask that you reach out to your monthly statement, make sure that the amount you have asked to be donated is actually being applied. I found that there are errors that have occurred. To correct these errors, you will need to contact Finance extension 6444 and probably sign an authorization document again. Those of you who are new and want to participate in this noble cause, please do the same thing. Contact the Finance Department at 6444. They will set it up for you and answer any questions that you may have. If you know of anyone who may want to participate in this noble cause, please contact them and let them know that they can do this, so that we are giving our caregivers something really nice at the end of the year that we can all be proud of. Thank you.
Any questions or input from the treasurer's report? No, you're accepted.
Folks,
Somebody,
well, hold on. It got turned
that's
off.
right, somebody took my,
I know there's a 10-second delay on this thing. Be sure to check your statements. It doesn't mean it's on.
Hello.
Hello.
Acknowledge.
Be sure to check your statements, folks. We discovered on our statement that comes from our trustee that the dollar amount that we used to get every month, but it should stay the same, is decreasing. We're not getting our money from the finance department. So make sure that your deduction is coming out of your trust account. Sure to contact the finance department. They're going to have to do an audit to find out how far behind they are in getting the correct amount into the checks that they give us. So do check that, because what can happen in a case like that is that all of a sudden you'll have a big deduction come out of your bank statement. And you'll think you've got money and you don't have any money. Yeah, or the correct amount. So every month, don't just assume that amount is being deducted from your account. Look over your bank statement every month and make sure it's coming out.
I know of two people that have authorized a deduction from their account, and for the last 3 and one of them 4 months, nothing has come out. And so, like Ken was saying, somebody might get a big surprise if all of a sudden they find it through this audit, and then they withhold at one lump 3 or 4 months worth. So that would be not handy. So do check it, as we indicated. Bill Bain was our representative. Excuse me. Yes, sir.
Just for curiosity on my part, how many are there that this?
I don't have a clue. 260 some odd. Okay? You're welcome. Bill Bain was our representative to the Board of Trustees, and he no longer is. And in his place, Ken McMillan has sat in his place. And Ken is now going to give you his report from the last board meeting.
I'll be brief. I cut it down to 17 pages.
Thank you.
I started with 18. This is a report to the resident council from the Board of Trustees meeting on September 18th, 2024. The board held their meeting in the chapel of the Masonic Homes at Union City on Wednesday, September 18th. The meeting began at 9 a.m. and concluded at approximately 3:30 p.m. Long day. We did get a half an hour for lunch. Wasn't that generous of them? Items of interest included. The first one is Covina. As you know, everything is kind of centered around Covina right now. And bless their hearts, they had to listen to our reports every month of how much concrete was being poured and how many fountains were being installed and how many turkeys flew into the windows, et cetera, et cetera. So it's kind of our turn to listen to what's going on at Covina. So at Covina, the new outdoor pool, dining terrace, and locker storage room are on track. The outdoor site for the pool came at the suggestion of the residents and will result in a cost reduction due to not having to erect a separate building to house the pool. That's going to be a big savings expense for the foundation. The new skilled nursing facility, which is actually named Citrus Heights, is now ready for occupancy, and residents will begin moving in shortly. So everything is moving along finally at Covina, and I'm sure we'll start getting some more positive reports on that, maybe at Town Hall today. At Union City, the MCYAF move from the Presidio to our campus in the old event center will be complete by the end of October of this year. Most of the employees will be moving to our location. I think they had to reduce the number of employees by 4, but everybody else from the MCYAF that was in the Presidio area will be moving over here. The number that really surprised me was only about 70% of the current clients will still be receiving services here at the Masonic Home. I questioned why only 70%, and it appeared to be that most of the clients, or a lot of the clients that they have, are from down in the Presidio area, in the central San Francisco area. So what will happen when they move over here is they will establish a new client base, and that will increase that number significantly to more than 70%. Occupancy here at the home. Independent living is at approximately 83%. That's independent living is at approximately 83% compared to 79% from this time last year. Assisted living is at 88% compared to 80% last year. And memory care is at 88% compared to 62% last year. The reason that is such a big difference is because now Wallenberg is open, and it wasn't open last year, so that's why the big increase there. Storm damage road repair along the water pod and access road to the water tanks will continue in the fourth quarter. The outdoor degree site was seriously damaged, as most of you know, during the recent seasonal rains, and alternative locations for this site are currently being assessed. They don't know if they're going to be able to get that area up there suitable for use again, because now it's so caked with mud that has dried, and the access road is pretty well washed out. So they're looking maybe to move that to a different location on campus. The solar project is still being assessed. At present, it is projected that the event center, or MCYAF as we will now call it, and the pavilion will be completed first, followed by other areas on the campus. So MCYAF and pavilion will come first on the solar project, and then everything else will be later on. The elevator replacements continue to move forward, although the pre-construction phase is still going on. Anytime you're working with HCI in the state of California, you know it can take at least 20 years. When plans are completed, Lorber and the Sedan passenger elevators will be completed first, followed by the Sedan service elevator. So Lorber and the Sedan elevators out here will be the first on the docket to be replaced. There's a new concept coming out called One Team. It's in the discussion phase right now. There's a consideration of tying all of the areas of governance involved in the working order of the Board of Trustees. There are currently 6 entities to which the board has kind of a responsibility. They include the Masonic Homes, Acacia Creek, Grand Lodge, the Nob Hill Foundation, the California Masonic Temple Association, and MOS. Some report to other entities within the structure of the board. So, for example, the homes might report to Acacia Creek or to Grand Lodge. And then MCYAF or MOS might report to another one. So you've got all these lines crossing all over the place. So the goal is to come into a term called One Team, where we all kind of work together. And I found that very interesting because it can help not only the structure of the Board of Trustees and all of its entities, but we can use it in the council. I can use it in Lodge for next year with all the committees that I have. So I think it's a good concept that is being developed, and we should look forward to more discussion on that, probably from maybe in town hall. Alan Keslew, our Grand Secretary of Grand Lodge, spoke about what we used to call a strategic plan. They're not going to be using the term strategic plan anymore. Actually, the current one expires in October of 2025. The new plan is to be considered as the Keystone Initiative. It's to be based on how many of you are members of York Rite? Anybody members of York Rite here? Okay, a few. In York Rite, one of the symbols of York Rite is an arch, and the arch has one stone in the middle of it that holds everything together, and that stone is called the Keystone. And so they're looking maybe to give this name for this new initiative as the Keystone Initiative, which will set forth plans for the future, but it won't have an expiration date. It'll be a continuous plan that will be resolved and improved upon without any specific deadline, as it has been in the past. So the program is still being reviewed, but I think it will be a good, strong replacement for a structured 5-year plan. Finally, there was a myriad of financial charts and all kinds of different charts in this 97-page report that they gave us. And actually, charts make no sense to me whatsoever. I don't understand charts. They talk about hundreds of thousands and billions of dollars, like we talk about putting change in the jar in the general store. But what impressed me the most about that whole thing is the outcome of the usage of those dollars and how they are spent. And it seems to me that every nickel and dime that is being spent on all the different projects, there's so many of them. I mean, the list goes on and on about what the foundation does, what the home does, what all of these places do. I find that and I think this is true, they're using our dollars wisely, and by using them wisely, and a little pun here, they do make a lot of sense. So I think our money is being invested wisely and used for the betterment of Masonry in general, whether within our structure or out in the community. I want to thank the resident council for allowing me to go and represent you this year. Their next meeting will be in Covina on December 18th, and whoever is selected as the board rep will be going to that meeting. Thank you very much.
Thanks again.
If anybody has any questions and if I can answer them, you can come and see me after the meeting.
Well, I imagine it's going to be addressed at town hall as well.
I would think so.
Yeah. I'm a little bit out of my water right now as far as running this meeting. I was not aware that Don was not going to be here, and in the future, if it happens again, I will be prepared to be a little bit more coherent. But other than that, we have no more information for you. Is there anybody that wants to have a question?
Motion to adjourn.
Well,
There is a motion to adjourn.
How about the budget?
What? Oh, yeah. He's not on my list. He's not on my list. The budget report.
As you know.
yeah.
As you know, we met and basically went over the budget with Soledad and Joseph last month. And we kind of agreed on that it was okay. But they took care of it, and apparently there was a lot of changes to be made, deductions, additions, modifications. So they're working on it, and they hope to send it to the trustees on October 15th. This is with the meeting that I had with her yesterday. And on the 15th, they hope to have it approved of October. And she will give you the whole information at the next meeting of the complete residents. That's all I have. Thank you.
Let's try this again. I think we have a motion on. Is there a second? Or does anybody else have anything they want to bring up? No. Is there a second to the motion?
There was. Sherry.
Oh, thank you, ma'am. It is now, according to that clock, time 27. We are adjourned.
Oh, good job.
Uh,
I know. Next meeting is December 14th. Yes, sir. Tonight. We were gonna go, but they don't start till 7. We can't get back in time. Oh, you mean the rise is an hour away. So what what I'm trying to do, talking to the master right now, second degree courtesy over here. We'll do it. I know it in the evening. Yeah, but we'll do it here, and then we'll get more.
Oh, you can sit wherever, but yeah, we have a lot of people coming, but you don't have to sit.
We had, there was about 6, 7.
It's not working.
They'll never start on time. They have dinner first.
Oh, okay,
They have dinner first, and they'll never start.
okay.
So it would be well after 10 o'clock before we got back. No, I'm just there.
You seen?
I think I'm either gonna be-
I don't know. Familiar. Wait a minute, let me go back. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's great. Oh, from the board? Okay. Yeah.
And I presume you're gonna say something more about, you'll probably have more to say about somebody else.
No, you just.
MCO?
Yeah.
Oh, sure, got it, okay. Let's talk a little bit about solar.
Yes.
Capital assessment that we're doing.
I did
And
that.
obviously talk about.
No. No, it's not you. And we don't know what happened to Dawn.
And I can't lose it.
Kim, there's room.
Soledad,
Yes, sir.
have you seen Dawn? Have you seen Dawn?
No,
She didn't show up.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. Nobody knew.
Yeah, I wanted to give, it just happened this earlier.
Oh, okay.
That's,
Okay.
and I was gonna give her a call, but I didn't get a chance.
Time and how long.
That's okay.
Walk
We just
from
waited.
there to here.
But I'm
Okay.
good. Okay? Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just today, it just happened today. Yeah. Jody doesn't want to sit on mine.
I know, I'm just shy. I don't want to be, presumptuous.
No,
I
No.
just wanted to mention to you
yes, sir.
that when you deal with DirecTV, you're dealing with 300 people behind you. You have a lot of power. And your power works.
Well,
Works.
I don't want to take that one to the bank. But I'll take it. I have a power.
You okay?
No, but that's okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. I want to get started because we have lots of stuff on the agenda, and it seems like not a whole lot, but there is. We left a few things out. You know how it is. We always come up with things last minute, or at least I do. But anyways, good afternoon, everyone. Jeremy, there's room over here for staff. Okay, let's go ahead and start and get started. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to this is September Town Hall. We have a few things, a few updates, and new people that we're going to be introducing as we go along. So bear with us. And again, I wanted to remind us all that if we can save our questions to the end, that would be great. That way, everybody get their, hopefully as the meeting goes on, you'll get your question answered. And if it doesn't get answered, we are staying back up here, later if you want to have some questions, or at the end to ask any questions you may have. All right. Terry's making me nervous because she's sitting right here.
I offered her my seat in all fairness. She said she didn't want.
I had to say that. I usually do stutter, but okay. a couple of updates that came up before we start with everyone else's updates that came up on. We talked a little bit about it at the fireside chat. I wanted to remind you that the again, thank you first of all for understanding about the shopper. And I think we did it with the help of social services and the distribution of who was going to do what. I think we did pretty good. And the list came down to nothing after we talked to the residents that had these shopping lists. And we got families involved. We got them encouraged to do some of the go to the shopping trips. And we have something going in the future, in the near future. Edwin from IT and Marisol are working to put together something, a tutoring for Instacart for the residents that may have a credit card and they want to do it online and it's easy, simple. Don't ask me, I don't know about Instacart. I still go to the store and shop, but it works. It works really well, and so you'll have more information on that coming to you soon. And as I said before, if you really need your assisted living and you need that service, we will provide it. We will do whatever we need to do, but we will move forward. So thank you for that, because everybody that I talked to was very understanding, and they said, "Oh, I can have my family do that. Oh, I can do that," or somebody else was doing it for them, and everything worked out well. So thank you for that. That's one of the changes that we are doing. The other changes in social services. As you know, we have Jesse and Leah. So what we have done is we started to change a few of the duties from Leah that she does so well to EVS to check the rooms for room readiness and so on and so forth. Leah does a lot of things for the residents when they come in. They do the badges, the nameplates, all those things. And some of that is going to shift over to EVS to Michelle because she does great. And so some of those duties are going to be shifting, and what we want to do is social services to do what social services needs to do is to take care of the resident psychosocial needs, and also the appraisals and the yearly appraisals, the room inspections, lots of other things that we're taking care of. And now with only 2 people in social services, we want them to concentrate in that. So bear with us. There's going to be lots more coming along as we start divvying up the duties that we had for social service. Another thing that if you really need to go to the DNB and your assisted living, we will support that. If you're independent, we can give you the tools, fill out the forms, and you can go. We can send you, if you don't have a car, we can get you go to take you and bring you back. So those are the things that you normally did before you moved in. We want you to continue to do those. Not that we want to stop servicing all this, but if you really need the assistance, we will provide it for you. What happened is a lot of the times it's like, well, if you guys are doing it for me, why not, right? We want you to continue to do what you're supposed to do, even if you're here at the home, and we will help, and we will provide the support, and we will provide the support for the people that can't. So we're going to go slow, and please, again, Soledad is not saying we're not going to do anything for anybody anymore. We are going to do. We're just going to go slow and make sure we just give you the tools that you need to be successful. Okay. The other update, which I think all of you are going to be very happy with, as you know, I've heard you. General store, there's some shelves that are empty. Why aren't we having more items? These items are pretty expensive compared to, I go to Walmart and whatever, it's $2 less or so on and so forth. We are going to be doing, I just wanted Mike to get his feet wet and kind of introduce some things to you. So in a couple of weeks, you will see a suggestion box in the general store of things that you want to see in the store. Make it very clear. It's a suggestion box. If I have 10 people that want the same Keebler cookies, we will get those for you. But if I have one person wants this brand of cookies, we might not get them for you because we buy in bulk and we want to make sure that we provide the best that we can. And so I've heard a lot of people, well, they have tons of chips, and why don't they have healthier options? Well, we employees also go and get those chips because we need that little bit to keep us going for the rest of the day. But we are going to be looking at the suggestion box, see what we can bring in. Since some of you said it's difficult, that's why you were using the shopper. It's difficult to go out. I don't go out as much as I used to, so we're going to bring the goods to you, hopefully in a good price and not paying $6 and something cents for a box of cookies. That's what I was told. So we're going to be doing that. Give us a little bit of time. Again, there's lots to do and only 10, 12 hours a day, but we're hoping to get some of these things done as we go forward. Just the one reminder, and I did that at Fireside Chat in November. November's town hall is going to be just on what the task force have completed, what they have done, where they're at, and what progress have they made. So, and we are going to bringing visuals for you to see and ask questions, ask away. I just want to, I thank the team this morning because they have been working really hard with the residents on these task force to move forward on the things that you said in the survey that matter to you and were concerns. So we are working really, doing our due diligence to work and bringing you back the things that we have worked on or that the teams have been working on. So remember that, and we will make sure that the flyer goes out. So hopefully we'll have a big crowd on November's town hall. One thing that one other update is in June we had Lieutenant Mahoney from the Union City Police Department to talk to staff about certain safety concerns on the hill and off the hill. And because the holidays are coming, I reached out to Lieutenant Mahoney to see if he can come and do an in-service for us. On safety out in the community. The holidays are coming. You guys like to go and shop, out to dinner, go places, and the world we live in is it's a little scary. I don't want to scare you all, but I think we need the tools to keep us safe out in the community, and I think it's a good idea to have him come and talk to us a little bit about that. So once I have a date, we will send out flyers, information, and I hope you all come. I know some of you might say, well, I don't go out, to Safeway anymore or to Target or what have you, but I think it's also good information to know on how to keep ourselves safe. Okay. That will be coming fairly soon. And with that said, I'm going to start some introductions. As you see, we have a big group today. I just want to first of all introduce Jody Michael. I was going to say Mickle. Jody Michael. I never use the last name. Jody Michael from MCYAF. She's going to tell us a little bit about her. And just remember that while we extended our family a little bit more, we had Pavilion. Now we're stretching out to the other side. We have the Masonic Center Youth and Families here, and Jody is part of that group, and they will be coming to our town hall, and she's going to tell us a little bit about what is going to be happening up there in the near future. Jody. And then it'll be
Thanks, Soledad. Hi, everyone. Can you hear me okay? Is that better? Okay, thanks. So some of you I've had the pleasure of meeting. I'm the programs manager with the Masonic Center for Youth and Families. You might have seen me on campus or at any of the Masonic retreats we have. but we are relocating from the Presidio in San Francisco, where we've been there for about 10 years, and we're moving up the hill to the house, which today it was about a 3-minute walk. So it looks a lot further than what it is. But we're excited to welcome everyone. We've been on campus serving the residents of the living communities in the Masonic homes at Acacia Creek over at the pavilion. We're very excited to continue to have our services, our wellness services available on campus to all of the residents, and also to take our services into the community to fulfill our mission of serving children and families. And so how that continues to unfold, how we support Alameda County, how we support the Union City and Fremont communities, we're really excited to continue to do that. So you might see a number of our clinicians on campus. We're working on an open house that will be mid-October. And so we're looking forward to enjoying the view with everyone, meeting everyone, and to see how we can be of service. So thank you so much.
Okay, we're gonna have Joseph come up. And then we're gonna have, we have lots on the agenda. We want Joseph to come up and give us a few words.
Yes, a few words. Yay. Short and sweet is what I've been taught. No, I'm just kidding. I've never been taught that. I did want to give a quick update. One of the task forces that I had the pleasure of joining was the Mission and Vision Task Force. If all of you remember, when you took the resident satisfaction survey, there was some question about, is the organization meeting its mission? And it wasn't a low score. It was still from 1 to 5, it still scored above 4. But we were usually at 4.8, 4.9, and this time we were around 4.2. And even that small dip is something that I think we all agreed needed to be addressed immediately. So we created a task force. We had a focus group, a forum, and then we've had 3 now meetings with the task force. And one of the first things they identified, I think it was, where's Trisha? Is she here? She pulled up 5 or 6 different mission and vision statements from 22, 23 years ago up till literally something that she saw. Well, when was that, Diane? Like maybe a year ago. So it was like a lot of different statements. And we realized the first thing we had to do was find out what statement should we start with? What is that guiding vision or value or set of values that we've agreed to follow as an organization? So the place we went to was with Terry, and Terry pointed us in the direction of Emily Lamont, who is our Chief Communications Officer. And if you remember, Emily worked very closely with the leadership team when we were creating the Masonic Homes Way. So she pointed us to something that was created out of that Masonic Homes Way process. It must have been maybe 5 or 6 years ago, and it's on our website. And I'm going to read it very quickly because, the task force asked me to. That's why I'm doing it. But I want you all to know it as well. It starts with, we are devoted to helping our communities and families live well and achieve meaningful and rewarding lives. This vision is embodied by our residents and clients, as well as our volunteers, partners, and staff. Our core customer service pillars guide us to value the safety of our residents and clients. Our strong personal connections provide meaningful life experiences and to efficiently find new ways to constantly improve our services. How many of you heard that before? What? So I'm glad the 2 of you have been able to check our website. If you have a chance, it is there. It's not something that we had this big campaign around. When we brought out the Masonic Homes Way, we focused on the pillars. And now you're all looking confused as well. Have you heard about the pillars? Oh, good. Okay, good. So we did that right. But we didn't really talk about some of the small changes we made to how we wanted to present our core values and our vision. That is something that the task force would like to rectify. So using these two, well, they're phrased, paragraphs, with some small edits, the task force did say, hey, we'd like to make some small edits just to help clarify and make sure it's part of the experience they have here at the homes. And once again, this is in coordination with with another task force down in Covina and with the leadership among the staff to really educate. Not just, well, it's important that we educate ourselves, the residents and staff that live and work here, but more importantly, those that are coming in, especially staff members who have never heard of Freemasonry or never heard of the Masonic Home other than a potential employer and a beautiful place to work. So we would like to educate them so they're all following the same mission, the same vision, and we have the same foundation with our values. So you'll be hearing more and more about the task force. One of the things they assigned me was to mention in town hall, but it's really, we're right at the beginning of making sure that everyone understands what we have and it feels comfortable with what our values are. I'm pretty sure you all do. They're founded in everything that we've been taught as either the Masonic family or when we came into the home through the Masonic Homes way. Just know that there'll be a lot of communication, a lot of education. I know they want to do a mini kickoff party. I called it an educational seminar and they were like, no, that's the worst name ever. No one's going to come to that. So they want to call it a kickoff party, but it's really an opportunity for us to talk about that vision and those values. I don't know. Yeah, I think that's everything I have to talk about for the mission and vision group. I know that I'd like to call upon Terry because I know many of you got the memo that Terry and I sent out. So I'm pretty sure we want to do a small little discussion about it. Not discussion, dialogue today. Yeah, but I'll stand here with Terry as we talk about it. I'm sorry.
She's going to stand behind me. I don't know what he's doing back there. I had a few things I wanted to update everybody on today, but I think the one that is most important to all of us and in the scheme of things is the message that you all got that Joseph's going to be leaving us the end of October. And it's, I know. And I don't know about you, but the outpouring of love and support for Joseph is touching, and I think really reflects the unbelievable community that you have here at Masonic Homes, the level of connection and family and just deeply rooting for one another in all good ways, I think has been exemplified in the response to this. And I'm grateful, and it couldn't be for anybody any more deserving of our love and support. I've heard a whole lot of rumors. All I can tell you is none of the ones I have heard have been true. I don't know if you've ever experienced the grapevine as a reliable source of information, but it hasn't proven to be particularly reliable in this situation. So if you have specific questions, come to me, come to Joseph. We're happy to have conversations and share what we can. I can tell you that even when, especially when we love and care for people, it's difficult to watch them leave us, and even if it's to pursue other wonderful things in their life. And this is no exception. It's a tough place, I think, for both of us, a conversation that we've been having for a while. And but it doesn't make it any easier when it actually comes to pass. So I have nothing but respect for this incredible man and what he has done and what he has created and the love and connection you feel for him. So thank you.
Oh. Okay. This won't be the last time I speak with you, but this is challenging for me for all the reasons that Terry mentioned. The one thing I did want to stand up here and say is the rumors that Terry and I have heard, the reason they're so frustrating for me personally is that it causes conflict and tension when none should exist. This wasn't an easy decision, and leaving somewhere where I've dedicated many wonderful hours to, it's difficult. But what I don't want to leave is a legacy where there's frustration and tension and confusion. That is, it's antithetical to everything that I've tried to create here, that you've created with me, is a community, of people who care and love each other and aren't confused or frustrated, and something we've been working on very long, especially since Terry's been here, is transparency. And I think sometimes rumors can cloud that, and I don't want you all to suffer through that. So the invitation is definitely open. I think almost everybody here has my phone number and can reach me even when I'm not on campus. So if my office door is not open or I'm not here, call or stop by Terry's office or speak with any of the members of the team here. I don't want you to have information that makes it difficult for you to figure out what's going on, in this case and in any case. So I'll have a chance, and we'll have multiple chances throughout the next month to share stories. Hopefully not as many tears has been happening the past few weeks, but it's important to me that we take this time to gather together and celebrate what we've done, but also look forward to everything the Masonic Homes is going to do into the future, because we've never been better prepared to take that next step together. So this is the first of many thank yous, and you'll hear it a lot, but thank you all for giving me the opportunity to stand with you and help make this community so beautiful and so amazing. Thank you.
Party to come.
Yes.
Just saying, like it or not,
And with
big
cookies.
party. All right, I just have a couple other things that I want to share with everybody. Thank you, Jody, for being here and representing MCYAF. I think that we're really excited about the opportunity to bring our mental health services closer to home. As you've heard me say, we've been 125 years in East Bay, and it felt as though this was a logical step to bring mental health services to East Bay as well. We're already reaching out to New Haven School District, to UCPD, to other agencies in the East Bay to make sure that they know that we have services available here, and how do we continue to serve this incredible community that we all live in. Speaking of UCPD, I don't know, there were a few people watching from the catwalk when we had our event here. We had about 160 folks from UCPD here. We hosted their gala for the first time, but I'm pretty confident it won't be the last time. They had an incredible experience here. The dining team did an amazing job. We were able to help them celebrate promotions and special awards that previously they had actually done at International House of Pancakes. So I can say without question that we were a step up. Everybody did a great job. It was a beautiful setting. It was outstanding. They were over the moon happy, and we think of them as being a really important partner for all of us. So we're grateful to be able to do that. Other news on the campus, Acacia Creek, we've hired a new executive director at Acacia Creek. So Chuck, as you all know, will be leaving on October 31st, is retiring. I beg your pardon, it's actually November 1st, technically, on that Friday, and is retiring. So as we send him off into the sunset, we've hired an executive director. Her name is Sandra Simon. She'll be starting with us on October 21st, so you'll have an opportunity to meet her at Town Hall here. There'll be a memo coming out shortly announcing that, but you'll be able to meet her here at the November Town Hall. So excited about that. Covina Skilled Nursing, I don't know if Ken, you filled them all in, but the Covina Skilled Nursing got through their licensing survey. It's 10 days ago tomorrow, because we're anxiously waiting for their report, but went incredibly well. I think it's not unusual that there would be a few deficiencies, but nothing critical. So we're looking forward to actually getting licensed there to be able to start admitting folks just like we do here at Lorimer, and being able to provide services that are reimbursed through either Medi-Cal or Medicare or other insurance. So that's great news for that campus. Other stuff we've been working on, there's a little thing called budget. I don't know if you've ever heard about such a thing. It's a behemoth. Is that a fair? I just heard Soledad sigh. So we've takes a village, let me tell you. We do zero-based budgeting. So that means we literally kind of start with a blank page every year, and we go through everything that we've spent in the last year. We look at everything that we think we're going to spend in the next year to come up with a budget. So there's no like, oh, this is what we did last year, we'll just add 5%. Nope, we do a zero-based budget. So it is a time-consuming but really valuable endeavor on everybody's part to think about how we're being good stewards of every single dollar that we've been entrusted with. So that budget, we weren't able to finish it in time to get to the board on September 18th at our board meeting, but we think we have a tentative date that we'll probably present it to the board on October the 15th for their approval, and then we'll present it to all of you shortly thereafter. And then finally, just other things that are going on the campus to let you know that one of the things that Joseph's been deeply engaged in and we've been reporting to the board on, and there's been a lot of interest in, is whether or not we were ever considering doing solar on the Union City campus or the Covina campus. So we've done, I think, Joseph, we know far more about solar energy than we ever wanted to know. Yes, it comes from the sun. Done. Drop the mic. It is a really complex model, but we have a couple proposals for the event center and the pavilion to start, thinking that we would probably put our toe in the water before we jump off all the way into the deep end of the pool for the rest of the campus. But that is contingent on another project that we've been working on, which is we have a consultant that will be coming in to do what's called a capital reserve analysis before we decide what we're going to spend our dollars on. They literally walk this campus top to bottom, east to south. Every inch of this campus will be assessed in terms of what do we think the condition of this carpet is. What is probably a bad example, so sorry, might have hit a nerve there. What is the condition of the carpet here? What's the life expectancy of the carpet? What's the life expectancy of that chair? What will it cost us to replace that chair when it is due to be replaced? So that gives us an ability to actually look 5, 10, 25 years into the future to see what do we think that we're going to need to be able to spend in capital to make sure that the campus stays in great condition at all times, that it continues to operate well, that chillers get replaced before they die, hopefully, and that we stay on top of things like furnishing and window coverings and all those things. So we're looking forward to doing that work as well. That'll be happening probably before the end of the calendar year, so that we can start making some really meaningful projections moving into the future. So, Ken, did I miss anything from the board meeting? Okay, thank you all.
Okay, well, we're going to continue with talking about the facility and, and the wonders. I'm going to ask Chris Gershton to come up. She has a couple of things to talk to us about I don't want to say the All-American, as we said, it's the California, the California Shakeout. Great American.
Yes, so on your agenda, it probably does say Great American Shakeout. Maybe I just wanted to go to Great America. I don't know, but it's actually the Great California Shakeout. It's an earthquake awareness initiative that happens every year, and we will be participating again this year. It is on October 17th at 10:17 a.m. I know that it's coming soon. What we're going to be doing is a tabletop type drill. In the past, we've had some tabletop drills. We've had some evacuation drills. We've also done some opening of the oh, I just lost all my words. The incident command center, but because it's coming so quickly on us and everyone has lots of initiatives that are going on, I thought that it would be great to do a combined scenario type tabletop drill. So staff and residents will be welcome to attend, and we will talk about what we should and could do during a large earthquake that hits the Bay Area. So that is as far as I've gotten in the planning, in that I don't want to give away anything more than that, but it should be exciting. I know that at that time is the time that every facility group in California does this drill, but it also interferes with bingo. So we will not be doing it here in the auditorium. I'm not messing with bingo. I've learned, can't do that. So it will be in Second Adams, and I hope as many of you as can will join us there. I also wanted to mention that we, as much as we'd like to say we're beyond COVID, we're not completely beyond COVID. And because of that, October is also the time that you should all be thinking about getting your COVID vaccine if you haven't yet. The CDC has recommended, highly recommended, for everyone, any adult and child, to get their up-to-date COVID vaccine this year. So we've just completed the flu vaccines for residents over the last week and a half, and the staff have had some of the staff, most of the staff have had theirs as well. And so now we will be offering COVID vaccines for anyone that wants those. And I will have Maria Torres will be putting out the flyers for those times, but basically you can also just really ask at the Wellness Center because we have received those vaccines and they are available. I think those were the two things I was supposed to talk about, right? Right. Okay, and so if you do have any questions for me, I'll be available at the end. Thanks.
Thank you, Chris. We're going to have Jeremy come up and give us his update. He has a couple of introductions to do. And, I said, you're going to be next. I said, because we want you to introduce, because somebody's got to go do the cooking. So anyways, here is Jeremy.
Hello, everyone. Jeremy Garrett, Director of Dining Services. Got a few updates for October. Next month, we're going to have the October brunch. That's going to be on October 13th, followed by the Food Forum and Teaching Kitchen, which will feature my introduction coming up soon. That'll highlight our superfood, which will be pumpkin next month. Then we're doing our dining committee, which is open to everyone. A little something about the dining committee. It's something where we get to talk about the food. We try to create a positive environment to discuss things that we might want to change, different ideas that you have or things you haven't seen in a while that we can bring forth. A couple of things we've brought up recently or added to the menu recently would be Sloppy Joe sandwiches. Soon we're going to be doing an open face roast beef sandwich. So different things like that. If you didn't like something, let us know. Maybe we can change it there. We'll be sending flyers out for that the Friday before, so everybody can get it, so they know about it. That'll be held in the Adams multi-purpose room. So I hope everyone, well, hopefully we might have to move it, but it depends on how many people show up. But yeah, it should be fun. First, I would like to introduce our new executive sous chef, Caleb Brown. Come on up, say a few words.
How's it going, y'all? Everyone hear me? Caleb Brown, I'm the new executive sous chef here at Masonic Homes. I recently moved from New York State to California about 2 months ago, so still acclimating to the California scene. I'm loving it. Thank you, thank you. My background's pretty much fine dining my whole career, so I'm looking to use those skill sets to elevate the food scene here a little bit. Yeah, that's.
Thank you, Caleb. Next, I'd like to introduce our new executive chef. He has accepted the offer actually today, Joseph Lemasters.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Joseph Lee Masters. I will be the new executive chef for the Masonic Homes here in Union City. I'm looking forward to the opportunity in helping grow our culinary department to where we think it should be. I come from Kentucky. I spent 24 years there. I've been in California about 3 years now. I've been on the traveling team for 2, and I look forward to having a home here in Masonic Homes. And I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Joseph. And you guys can go head back to the kitchen. And that's it for dining services, and I'll be around for questions at the end.
Before we bring in our next director manager here, I just wanted to say, I hope, I don't know how many of you came to the Lunch and Learn, the diabetes class that Jeremy and his team put together. I was blown away. All I have heard is great things from all of you, that it was a great Lunch and Learn. If we can have some more. And Jeremy just whispered, we have to think of the next one. What is going to be the next one? Because he has also been saying that he has heard from all of you that was we had probably about 40 something residents, 20 something from this campus and another 20 from Acacia Creek. Everybody enjoyed. I was coming in and out, briefly, but I have to say it took a lot to put that together, but I think everyone did a great job, and the residents loved it as far as I could see. And the feedback that we've been getting is that was a great Lunch and Learn, and we want to continue to keep that going, and we will find ways to learn some more during lunch. So more to come, and thank you, Jeremy, and your team for doing that. So I just wanted to acknowledge them because they did a great job. Okay. Next, we are going to ask Cynthia to come up and give us her update.
Good afternoon. I'm Cynthia Cruz, and I'm the administrator at Thorber, our skilled nursing facility. Okay, so first off, exciting news, we got new furniture in our third floor entrance. It's third floor lobby, so come by and visit, take a look at it. Some of it is still on the way here, so they're being shipped and delivered little by little. For the shopper, we have contacted many of our residents that use the shopper a lot. So we are going to continue their services, and we have been telling them that if they need anything, we will be happy to shop for them and to get them their items. And we have been doing that already so far. We've been ordering whatever they need. So so they are still able to get their needs taken care of. We have flu shots that we gave to our residents and staff. So all of our flu shots are done. Now we are just giving flu shots to new admissions that come in. And for COVID shots, all of our residents have gotten their COVID shots. And for new admissions that come in, we're providing that for them. So on the fun side, today they went on an outing to San Francisco, De Young Museum. So I know some residents were really excited to go there. Far trip, but they were really excited, and one of the residents even invited me to go today. I said, "Oh, that's nice. Yeah, come with us. Come with us." Okay, and so for other stuff going on, we are going to have. They still continue to have all their activities and all their outings once a week. Like today was the museum, and most of the days they do go to restaurants of their choice. Residents are choosing where they want to eat. We are going to have a violinist named Rose Crelly that will be coming and entertaining on Sunday. And I think that's all I have. I'll wait for questions at the end. Thank you.
At Fireside Chat, you requested IT to be here because there were some questions about the dispute that CBS or ABC, someone had. And I told you my technical savvy was very low. So we brought IT today to answer all those questions. Alan, come up, please.
Hi, good afternoon. Can you hear me okay? Pleasure to be here. So, a few weeks ago, you were probably watching your football game, and then all of a sudden you weren't watching your football game, right? Yes, exactly. But now you have access to football again, but perhaps not as much as you want. Is that about sum it up? Okay, silence is probably good. So what happened? Disney and DirecTV had a dispute, and it's just a business contract between them. They disagreed. So Disney said, well, you can't show our content anymore until we have an agreement. DirecTV and Disney came together. They finally figured out a contract which is mutually agreeable to them. And now we have that content back. So this affected ESPN, ABC, FX, and other Disney channels. Those should be back on your TVs now. So that has been resolved. But I understand that there are some questions that you would like answers to.
Ralph?
At the end? Okay. So I will be right over here. So if you'd like to come and talk to me at the end, I will be happy to entertain your questions. Just on a side note, I'm generally at lunch on Wednesdays. So if you're at lunch and you see me there, I'm there for you. I'm there so that you can come and talk to me, or I can talk to you. So if you see me, please come and say hello at least. Thank you.
Thank you, Alan. Ralph will be coming to see you right after, at the end. He's already writing his notes. Okay, Ralph, he's all yours. Going right along, Sol, I would like Sol from MOS to come up, literally.
Thanks, Sullivan. I'll move it back this time. I'm going to remember. Hi, everybody. I'm Saul Silverman. I'm the Director of Masonic Assistance and Outreach with Masonic Outreach Services. As always, I'll give you a quick update on what MOS is doing out in the community. But I also wanted to super quick just do a spotlight on a program that I think sometimes gets a little neglected in Northern California because it's on the Covina campus, but you all have friends and some of them live in Southern California or maybe want to move there. So I just want to spotlight it really quick. So with show of hands, super quick, who is familiar with our shared housing program on the Covina campus? Okay, so like 10% of you. Yeah, so we have this super cool, innovative program on the Covina campus, but it's a Masonic Outreach Services program called Shared Housing. And it's a communal housing program. It's these two very nice houses. They used to be a part of our children's home program that were renovated for communal senior living. And they're really nice. you can move in if you are 62 plus and independent and meet Masonic eligibility for the program. And what you get is you have like your own private 1-bedroom or suite, and you get, or I'm sorry, studio or suite, and it's very affordable. So they have monthly rates that start at $680 per month to live there. You don't all have to move. This isn't a pitch for you, but for your friends again. And then there are communal areas. So they share kitchens and living rooms, things like that. So we have some folks who live there. We have availability for more. But the reason I wanted to spotlight it, in addition to making sure that you're all aware that it exists, is that there were a lot of changes to eligibility for Masonic homes over the past year, and those may be overshadowed an important change to eligibility for shared housing, which is that in addition to us expanding shared housing to parents and parents-in-laws and to Prince Hall, we also expanded eligibility for shared housing to an active member of any other California Masonic organization. So that could include Eastern Star. So if you have a friend who maybe doesn't meet Masonic eligibility, or they could, but if they're interested in shared housing and they're Eastern Star members in California, they're eligible. If for some reason someone were maybe a Mason from another jurisdiction who is a sojourner here, but maybe was a member of another California Masonic organization like Scottish Rite, they would be eligible. So just wanted to make sure that everyone was aware of that eligibility change. And if you have any questions about shared housing or anyone who might be interested, you can let me know, and I'm happy to talk to you about that. So MOS continues to be busy serving members in the community. We have about 240 total clients right now across Masonic Senior Outreach, Masonic Family Outreach, and Distressed Worthy Brother Fund programs. Masonic Assistance, which is the team that works with the admissions team on admissions. We have a bunch of prospects in the pipeline for both homes. For Union City, we have 45 total prospects interested in applying to move into the Masonic home in Union City. For Lodge Outreach, this is our program where we're out in the community providing presentations to lodges, and we're providing trainings at the division level across California to volunteers who want to do outreach in their community. We provided 2 presentations in September. On the 13th, we were at Oakland number 61 for a stated dinner. On the 14th, we were at Natoma number 64 in Folsom for their lodge picnic. We have an upcoming presentation at East San Diego Lodge on October 9th. And then for trainings, we hosted a training for Division 9 that was at Garden Grove Lodge. And then we have 3 trainings coming up. So this Saturday we'll be at Torrance University Lodge for the Division 6 and 7 Lodge Outreach meeting. And then we have, I'll be in San Luis Obispo at King David's Lodge for Division 5 Lodge Outreach. That's on October 5th. And then we'll be at Redlands Lodge for Division 8 meeting on October 19th. So that's what we're doing now. Those are all my updates.
Thank you, Sol. I'm going to ask Kim to come up and give the updates for her area. And then after Kim, I will come up and give some updates on facility services. I have Jeff roaming the grounds right now, and he wasn't able, but he did send me an email with his updates. So let's have Kim come up. And Matt is here, but he's here because I know I'm going to get stuck with you asking something about a machine or a piece of equipment that I have no idea. So he's here just to save me, okay? So thank you, Matt.
Thank you, Soledad. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Kim Haig, Senior Director of Events, Active Living and Volunteer Services. I wanted to start today, some of you may have already noticed, but Active Living is down a person again. Vanessa Martinez has moved over to Human Resources and is doing a wonderful job there. And it's great that our organization recognizes talent and they're able to improve their own career choices. So Vanessa's over in HR, so she's not left the family, but she's no longer in active living, and we are actively searching for someone to fill that position. In the meantime, we do have Justin and Luce who are picking up whatever things need to be picked up with Vanessa moving to another department. So we all wish Vanessa well. We do have some events coming up, and one I wanted to talk about is one that we're having this Saturday in the lower lot. It's the New Haven Schools Foundation annual Mutt Strut fundraiser, and the New Haven Schools Foundation raises necessary funds for their schools and to help support their teachers in the education of our students. And that event starts with registration and breakfast at 8 a.m. And then at 9 a.m., the actual walk, the actual strut with the mutts will begin. And they'll start from the lower lot and they'll come up the sidewalk, around Acacia Creek, between these two buildings, and then back down to the lower lot. If you don't want to go down to the lower lot and you can view or see the pets as on their walk, you want to start that at 9 o'clock. It'll take them about 30 to 40 minutes to make that entire circuit with all the pets that we have. Once they return back to the lower lot, they do have a program. There will be vendors down there, and they do have some raffle prizes and all kinds of fun. So that's on Saturday. We will have shuttle service running. We'll start the shuttle service at 9 o'clock from the South Mall, and it'll run from the South Mall every half hour, so at 9 and 9:30, and then every half hour after that. And then from Adams, they'll start at 9:15, and they'll run on the 9:15 to 9:45 half-hour run. We also have, if you miss that sort of time frame, we will also have one of our resident volunteers running the golf cart shuttle. So if you can come down and join us at the Mutt Strut, that would be amazing. We have some upcoming events this week as far as active living goes. On Friday is our Oktoberfest, and it's going to be out here on the patio, and I just checked the temperature, and it's supposed to be in the mid-80s, so it should be a really nice afternoon, and that starts at 2 p.m., and there will be live entertainment with that, and it is a joint event with Acacia Creek, so we hope to see you there. Our variety show, which many of you are participating in, and a lot of you that have worked really hard on, will be on October 10th in the auditorium here at 2 p.m. And again, that is a joint event with Acacia Creek, and please come and show your support. They've worked really hard. They've had a lot of rehearsals. We've gotten a script, so it should be a lot of fun. The active living planning meeting will be on October 4th, which is a week from Friday, and it's at 1:30, and it will be in 2nd Adams. Luce also asked me to remind you that the social hour is tomorrow at 3 p.m. in the Adams Bar and Lounge area. And some of the upcoming events in October, the first Tuesday in October, we have a shopping outing to Safeway, and then Hillside Cinema at 1 p.m. in the auditorium, and they'll be showing The Invisible Man. I hope those Hillside Cinemas have been, I've seen a few people at some of them. If you have suggestions for movies, please make sure that you get those to Luz, because we want to make sure that what we're providing to you is what you want to see. And then Thursday, they've started a new game show series, and what they're working on is called Nailed It. I've never seen it myself, but apparently it's a lot of fun, and that'll be at 1:30 in the 2nd Adams multipurpose room. What I really want to spend a little bit of time on is our annual communication, which is coming up the end of October. It actually starts with the business sessions on Friday, October the 25th, continues with business on October 26th, and then the public ceremony and installation of officers on October 27th. I've had sign-up sheets up for about a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks now, and I want to make sure that everyone knows where these sign-up sheets are. Our Monday sign-up sheet for the business sessions right now is full. What I also want to explain is we are in partnership with Acacia Creek for this. So while you may only see there's 11 spots available, we are taking the 21 passenger bus that Acacia Creek has, and it's the Acacia Creek driver. So we want to make sure that it's a nice balance between those over at Acacia Creek that want to attend the business sessions and those of us over here. So we have the sign-up sheet for October 25th is complete, full right now. But as we get the list from the Acacia Creek folks, if there are openings, we'll be able to fill those if you're still interested. We still have room on October the 26th, and we still have room on October 27th for those. Jen does have them in the back of the room if you want to sign up as you leave today from this, but we will have them. The bus sign-up sheets are on the Masonic Activities Bulletin Board. So as you're heading towards the dining room at Second Adams, just past that on the right-hand side are where the bus sign-up sheets will be. And then on Friday evening, October the 25th, we will have the resident and trustee annual dinner at Annual Communication at Bistro Boudin, and there is a sign-up sheet for that as well. I don't have a lot of sign-ups for that. And this sign-up sheet is at the Active Living Board, so as you next to the mailboxes on Second Adams. Okay, so there's room there. We will be chartering a bus for the Friday night dinner to Bistro Boudin. So you'll note on the sign-up sheet that it says that walkers are acceptable. Unfortunately, we can't guarantee that we can get scooters onto that bus. So if you are able to use a walker as opposed to your scooter, please sign up. Don't let that be a detriment to you. But because we are chartering a bus, there won't probably be a lift to get the scooters into that chartered bus. If you have any questions, I will be here afterwards. You can see me or Jen or anybody in Active Living about any of the events that we've just talked about. Soledad, I think that's it. Thank you.
All right, before we get to the questions, I just wanted to give an update for facility services, and Matt is here in case I run into a jam, and he's going to come and save me here. We are still searching for facility services director. We are working close with HR to make sure that we get a great candidate and we fill that position as soon as possible. But in the meantime, Matt and Jeff have been doing a great job keeping us afloat. And as I say, things happen. Jeff was going to report, and then he had to do something important. And so he gave me his email and sent Matt to rescue me. So thank you, Jeff. Here are the updates that I have for facility services. The dining room refresh has been completed. There's one cabinet door on the back that I'm sure you haven't seen it, that came damaged, and they're going to be fixing that. So that's the only thing we have for the dining room refresh. So that's everything else is coming along, is completed for that. Landscape, I just wanted to let you know that this is the irrigation check and repairs have been completed. This is an ongoing process that, one thing will fail, the other thing will, but we have to look at all these things all the time. And what Jeff is asking to please report any noted issues, which I did my due diligence yesterday as I was coming up the hill. That has been completed. If you see something that is not working, he's sending pictures to our landscape company. Matt is making sure that they're on it every day. There was a tree that had fallen by the gate. They picked it up, they removed it, or a big branch. So all these things, as we know, let us know. Call Michelle 6430 and just let her know, hey, I noticed this, I noticed that. There's a lot on the landscape side that we have to work on, and I know that the rainy season is coming, but if you see something, please let me know. Like I said, I called it out yesterday. I saw that on the zigzag path that goes across at the front to the lookouts, that area is very dry. So I had Jeff, he took a picture, went over there, took a picture, sent it to the landscape company, and they are on it. Some pipe, what have you, and they're looking into it right away. So if you see anything, I know you have told me in the past, so that this, that, and the other. And we're working really close with them right now. And Jeff and Matt are helping me be the eyes, and they're doing their walk arounds to make sure that everything is working well, or things that need to be repaired need to be noticed and send out right away. The dish machine. The repair is scheduled for tomorrow to be completed. Hopefully that will be the end of the problem, but we are working on trying to see if that doesn't solve the issue, we're looking into a lease, we're looking into getting a new one, we're looking at other uh, possibilities. So please bear with us, and I know nobody likes to have dinner on a paper plate. We did that through COVID and we're done. So I understand that. So we're looking at other possibilities, other options. You all received your memo on the fire inspection Thursday and Friday. Remember that we have a person from our staff coming in with these guys, and they don't take long. They say, "Can I come in?" They go in, they look, they do this, and they walk right out. If you are not in, or if we don't have a time frame. It's just they're going in and out, in and out. If I know last year we had a couple of issues with we didn't know, we weren't ready, and they just came in by the door. And I just want to let you know that unfortunately we can't give you a time frame. They'll be in the morning, and if you have a specific time, if you're a late riser, you don't want them there at 8 o'clock in the morning, please call Michelle 6430 and let her know. She will be writing down any times that we might not that you might not want us in your apartment. So very quick, in and out as they go. That will be Thursday and Friday of this week. The elevator modernization plan is in review right now for the Lorber side, and it's in review with HCI. That's all we can tell you. That is going to be a slow process. We are moving the ante as much as we can, but we are at the mercy of HCI and hope that we don't have as the people in charge. I want to say the correct word, but as Matt, help me out here. The people that are what are they? The drawing, that's not the inspector. Thank you. The architects, as they do the drawings and send to HCI, and HCI sends things back saying, we got to fix that, that, and the other. That's where the delay comes, but we will keep you appraised of the situation as much as we can. But we're working on hopefully moving forward, at least to start fairly quickly with Lorber. Okay. With that said, we went really, really fast to try to make sure you had time for questions. So there's a lot of information today, and we are ready for questions. Marty. Oh, HCI is the new name for Ashpond. Thank you. It's the Department of
They're the permitting and inspection entity that governs
in Alameda County.
the Dawn building is governed by HCI, not because we have healthcare. Power supply for Lorber still lives in the Sedon building. So that's what creates over this building as well as Lorber. But it is It is an entity unlike anything else, anybody who's ever dealt with government agencies. It's that and then some. So, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Terry. That was a hard one. For me, I know.
Question for Jeremy. So every day we see our two new chefs walking briskly back and forth between our kitchen and over towards Acacia Creek. Tell me they're not going over there to eat.
No, they're not. To be honest, they have a bad habit.
What is it? Use your imagination.
No.
Oh.
Yeah. No.
Okay, the bad habit, Jeremy. this would be the telephone, and it'll be. Yes, there's this. They smoke and they go. Acacia Creek has that area. We have one too, but it's further for them to go to the front than to go down. No, they're not cooking over. Oh, boy. I don't know that one either.
How the grapevine works.
So, Lydia, did you kind of sort of tell us that they won't be coming around to the apartments until after 8 o'clock in the morning?
Yes, after 8 o'clock in the morning, but like I said, we have some late risers that may want it for them to come in at 10. We need to let them know. Okay, what Matt is saying that they try to do elsewhere, common areas or what have you, before 9 o'clock. So they won't be coming by probably until about 9 o'clock. Okay. Yes.
Two-part question. The front entrance gate damage, do we have an estimated time for that to be repaired? And the second part is, do we now have a 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. gate guarding on post?
Yes, you were not here for fireside chat. Yes. So we do have at fireside chat, I announced, because that's when all this was happening. Yes, we have a guard gate for that post. We've had since day one. We scrambled to make sure that Securitas brought us, because that's of course the most important thing for us is your safety. So we have had a third guard in place since then. The gate will be replaced. We are working with the insurance company to make sure we have already the vendor ready to go. As soon as they give us the okay, we will have a new fence up, and we'll be working on that. Fairly short. I don't have a time frame yet, but I'm hoping in the next week or so, maybe sooner, we will start that. Bruce?
Go ahead. I would like to suggest that the 4 pillars that are shown in the stairwell be copied and put on the back wall as a continuing reminder of the Masonic way. And for the new folks, say, what in the world is that? There's an opportunity for explaining the Masonic way here.
Good idea, Bruce. Thank you. That's a great idea.
So then, I'm sorry to interrupt your questions. Ken back here. One item we wanted to mention at the resident council meeting is we've had to move the date of the yard sale from November to October the 16th due to the fact that we received a request from Environmental Services. They have so much stuff that they have no place to store anything anymore. So we've moved to October the 16th with a date for your delivery of your stuff to us on the 15th of October. We'll be sending out a flyer on that so that everybody can be prepared for it.
Yes, thank you, Ken. That was a wonderful reminder because they were starting to bring things into my office. All right.
This is for Matt, I think. Hi.
Is it possible to have one or two of these big umbrellas out here brought up to the patio outside the employee canteen? Because some people like to eat out there now that the weather is nice, and it would sure would help if there were shade out there.
All right, actually, closer, even closer. Oh, actually, in regards to that, we actually have purchased new patio furniture for the canteen, as well as a couple of shade sails that we're going to be installing in that enclosed area so folks can actually go out and enjoy.
Thank you. Sounds good.
Any other questions? You see, Matt is afraid of the mic, but he got a clap. He nailed it. That's right. Okay, with that said, oh, Ralph, you have a question? No, you
For
just
him?
want to
Oh, I'll talk to him privately.
Yes. Ralph has a private conversation with Alan. Yes, Larry.
For IT, will IT be having another task force meeting anytime soon? We've only had one since its inception.
Yes, we'll get that scheduled right away.
Okay, thank you, everyone. Again, we will bring, October, we will bring some information. Hopefully, we'll have information on the budget. In November, the task force, and we are moving on and a lot of things coming up. The holidays are gonna come and go really fast. Thank you so much for everything. Thank you for being here. Those of you at home, thank you again for listening to all of us. Thank you.